Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Thank you for tuning in. In case you are new here, this is a concept. You're highly welcome into this great family. But kindly do me a massive favor if you have not done so by pressing the red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. In case I upload new video, you will get notified. Thank you so much. Today we shall be making this cap sleeve with puff on a 6 pieces blouse, and I hope you will love it because it is going to be an interesting tutorial. More so, I will be taking you through the two methods of making this cap sleeve. Okay, the first method will be the cap sleeve itself with puff, while the second method will be the cap sleeve with puff on the cap and the puff around the sleeve. Okay, so if you want to see the end result, kindly sit back as we move on to the make this cap sleeve. The first thing is to make sure the bodice is ready to be attached to the sleeve, and the next thing is to take the half of the armhole circumference. Mine here, from the cap of the shoulder to the side seam, I have a 10 inches. Okay, you place it round, so the full circumference will be 20 inches, but I will not be using the full circumference. Now 10 inches is for the half of the armhole circumference. Another thing is the width of the cap sleeve. So the width of my cap sleeve will be 10 inches. That same half of my circumference will be 10 inches plus 1 inch allowance, making 11 inches. This is it. Okay, so the third one is the height of the cap sleeve. It depends on the height you want yours to be. If you don't want it too long, you divide it by 3. If you want it normal, like between 4 to 5, you divide it by 2. Okay, so I will divide this 11 inches by 2. That will be 11 divided by 2. That will be 5.5. Okay, for the height. The cap height will be having a puff. And how do I achieve that? I will add some inches to this 5.5. And this inches is between 1 to 1.5. So 5.5 plus 1, that will be 6.5. so this will be for the height of my cap sleeve, while this will be for the width. Okay, these two, they are very compulsory. So to place it on my pattern paper, I will rule a straight line like this. Then from this straight line, I will measure whatever I have on this straight line. Let's say I have 15.5. That will be 7 3/4. Okay, this is it here. Then this center, I will rule it up. I'll be making use of the width first. Remember, I said the width is 11 inches. 11 divided by 2, which I have here, making a 5.5. So from this center, I will mark in 5.5. This is it. Same thing on this side, 5.5 from the center. The next thing is the height. So the height here, which I calculated, is 6.5. So from this center, I will go up by 6.5. This is it. So the next thing is to connect these 3 points together. At this point, you can use your free hand. You can also use your flexible ruler if you have. Okay, so I will take it like this. This is what we have now. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it, have something like this. I'll fold it into 2 equal parts to see if they are equal. If they are not equal, all you have to do, you trim it. Just trim the side and notch this part. This is it now. The next thing is to cut it out on my fabric. I'll take a piece of the fabric like this, cut it into square, then fold it in bias like this, then place the sleeve, the pattern on it. Then secure it with my pin, like I always say. Next thing is to cut it out. Take my bodice. At this point, if your material is light, you can add interfacing on it just to give it a little bit of weight, okay, but it's not compulsory. This is the shoulder cap. I'll place it right side facing each other, center to center. To measure the length in which the cap height will stop now, I'll take it from the shoulder cap. I'll measure right 5.5 somewhere here, then give it a notch. Same thing on the other side. I'll place it on the part where I notch, which is the part where the cap height will stop. I'll measure down 5.5 inches. From the cap of the shoulder, 5.5. Somewhere here. Give it a notch. Yeah, 5.5. Then take the other edge of the sleeve, place it like this on the point where I notch. From this part where I place it, I will take it half an inch. Then when I get like 1 inch to the cap of the sleeve, I will stop and form my gathers. You see, it's already there like this. Okay, when I get to this point again, I will back stitch and stop. On this part, you do the same thing. You run your stitch 1 inch to this part, you stop, you place your gathers as well until you cover the whole thing. Then when you are done, you have something like this. This is it. Okay, you see the gathers are here, both sides of the cap. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. Okay, so this is the first method. Now the second method, which I'll be taking you through, will be the method, the one that has a few gathers on the round sleeve. This is it here. So we'll go and do that now. For the second method, is same thing with the first one, but a little bit different. Okay, the half of my armhole, I'll be taking that, which is 10 inches. The width, I'll be adding about 1.5 inches to what I had on the first one. Okay, the first one was 11 inches plus 1.5 inches, making 12.5 inches for the second method. Then for the height now, because the width now has been extended, definitely is going to affect the height as well. So for the height, I added extra 1 inch to it, okay, to make the height longer a bit, and this will be 7.5. The first one was 5.5 plus 1 inch, making 6.5. But this time around, I added 1 inch to the 6.5 I had for the first method. Okay, I've ruled out my straight line. I'll go ahead and measure out whatever I have on this straight line. Altogether here, from this point to this point is now 17 inches. 17 inches divided by 2, that will be 8.5. This time around, the width will be 12.5. Okay, so 12.5 divided by 2, that will be 6.25. I marked in 6.25 from this point to this point. Same thing on this side, 6.25. This is it. All together here, let me measure it. From this point to this point now is 12.5 inches for the width of the sleeve. Now for the height here is 7.5 inches. So I will take it from this center. I'll go up by 7.5 inches. This is it. Then I'll connect it to form a straight line. The next thing is to form the hack. Like I said earlier on, you can use your free hand, or if you have a flexible ruler, you can use that. Okay, so I'll take it from this point. This is it. I'll go ahead now and cut it out. After cutting it, you fold it into 2 equal parts like this, and trim off the excess edge. But when you are trimming it off, please don't cut this pointed edge because it's going to affect the width of the sleeve. Okay, just trim off the edge. Okay, the next thing is to place it on my fabric. This is my fabric. Fold it into bias, then place it like this. Cut it out. After cutting the sleeve, this is what I have now. If you have overlocking serger, overlock it round the edge. If you don't have, just run your stitch to secure it round the edge. Then when you are done, you fold it into 2 equal parts again. On these folded parts, you use pencil to mark or chalk to mark the midpoint, because this part serves as a guide while placing the gathers. Okay, right, I'll take my bodice again, same way we joined the first one. I'll place it, this is it, on the shoulder line, center to center. I've also notched the point where the sleeve length is going to stop, which is 5.5 inches. Then I will take the edge of the sleeve, place it on the notch parts, secure it with my pin. The next thing is to run my stitch from this end. I will run it 1/2 inch. Then when I get to 1 inch away to the starting point here, I will stop to form the gathers. As you can see, this is the gathers. So you plait it. Same thing on this side. You place it on the notch parts, form the gathers too. I'll go ahead and run my stitch round the armhole and stop here. So after that, I will flip it like this. This is the look now. I haven't stitched it, I'm just using the pin to demonstrate. So remember, I marked this point, so this will guide me to place the pleat on the round sleeve. So what to do here, you place the pleat like this, flat, like about 2 or 3 flats. Okay, you overlap it, just place it on each other a little bit, like 1/4 difference. Okay, just overlap it. Okay, 2 on both sides, it's okay. So place 2 here again, another 2 here again. Okay, I just use my pin to demonstrate this. So I'll go ahead and stitch it exactly what I have here. Same thing I'll be doing. I will stitch it round the armhole, then stitch this part down. This is it, guys. I use my needle and thread to untack it. You can also use that as well if you don't want to use your sewing machine. You see how it's looking cute. This is the puff. My pins are still on this armhole. Okay, so exactly how it's going to look after running the stitch around the armhole. This is it, and this is the first one. They are both looking gorgeous. That's it. Right, to the last parts. You might be wondering, how do I tighten up this armhole? It's very simple. All I have to do is to take my bias binding or same fabric, cut it same size to the armhole, then use it to tighten it up. I'll fold it in neatly and stitch it down. Or if you have overlocking serger, just overlock it. Then when you are done, you fold it in and stitch it down. Okay, it's very simple. They are both looking beautiful. Let me know your favorite in the comment section below. Thank you for watching to the end. I want to say a massive thank you to you guys. This brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I hope you love it. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below if you have found it helpful. Don't forget to like it, share it. In case you haven't subscribed to this channel, with this video, of course, just press it and turn on your notification bell for me. In case I drop another new video, you get notified. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video.